Hi everybody, and welcome to Smoky Hill Bonsai, and welcome to fall. After that grueling, nasty, stupid summer we just had, it's kind of nice to have a little bit of cooler weather. I just wish we'd get some rain. The temperatures are cool enough now where it's time to bring the tropical plants inside, and I just kind of wanted to show you real quick the plants, because I don't usually talk about the ficus and the lemon tree very often, so I just wanted to show them to you real quick. So this process started last week. I gave everything a really good water, and then the nights were cold, so I brought them in overnight, and then but we still had warm sunny days, so I was setting them back outside in the daytime. Gave them one good last drink of water outside, and now they've been inside consistently now for several days. I'm going to remove the wire off a couple of the ficuses, give them a dunk of water with some fertilizer in the kitchen sink, and then they're going to go downstairs onto the light table, and that's where they will stay for the rest of the winter. So a couple years ago, my sister-in-law, Erin, and I did a video where we went to the hardware store and we rescued a couple ficus plants, and actually these are two of them that were in that video. I'll put the link above here so you can go back and watch that video when we're done here. They're doing well. I repotted them once since then, and seem to be thriving in these pots. I'm going to go ahead and pull the wire off this real quick. I don't know if it's been really on long enough to set in position here. I was just kind of looking for something to do one day and wanted to try this out. So let's see what happens here. Okay, I got all the wire off the trees, and I did get some movement into the trees like I was hoping to do. I am glad I took it off because the wire was starting to bite in a few places, and I can see from the green growing tips that it is still growing a little bit, so I'm glad I did that. Let's just take a quick look at the trees and we'll get them downstairs. This is the tree I just took the wire off of. I knocked a few leaves off, but I think it'll be fine. I told you earlier I brought the trees in when it started getting cold at night, and I knew they were going to go back out, so I just set them on the table, knowing that that was dangerous because we got one jackass cat that likes to play with the plants and actually knocked this one off the table, so I had to set it back in, and it's been kind of under special care here lately. But as I was doing that, I kind of loosened that root ball up, so once I get it downstairs, I won't have a need to touch it again for a while. This ficus came off of a cutting that was rooted in water. As I mentioned earlier, this ficus was one that was rescued from the garden center that was in pretty poor shape, and just been working on growing, thickening up the trunk, and just growing the tree. I intend to keep it kind of as a small tree. And then this is the other one. If I remember right, and we can go back and watch the videos again, but if I remember right, 2 or 3 of these trees were kind of clumped together in one single pot, and Erin and I picked through them and separated them and potted them up. And then I think she still has several of the ones that she did at her. I like the base, pretty interesting. Got some movement in the trunk. We'll start working on the canopy next year. This is my favorite ficus. Really like this one. It's growing well. It's got a really nice white base to it, thick trunk. It grew really well this year, and I cut it back several times. So we'll start working on styling this tree here pretty soon. Not really too pleased with these branches, their placement and stuff. So probably end up losing one of these and hoping that we'll get some back buds up on the trunk somewhere and be able to have a little bit better branch placement. But really love this tree, and it's doing well. And then lastly, this is a lemon tree. I've grown all my lemons from seeds, and this one is still just in the process of growing. It's got a really thin trunk there. I'll probably move it into a bigger pot in the springtime just to allow it to grow faster and gain some girth on that trunk a little bit. So I'm not going to show you because I did a video before on dunking the plants in water. If I can find that one, I'll put a link to it. But I'm going to get them all moved downstairs, see if I can recruit some help around here, set them under the light tables, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, here's my light tower with the trees in them. This lemon tree hadn't been doing so well, so it's under a little extra supervision and care right now. These, where the trays set are kind of permanent. I have the ability to move lights up and down, except for if I do that, then I lose a space. So what I'm gonna do is take my pruners and I'm just gonna cut a couple of these back so that they'll fit. The house gets extremely dry in the wintertime when the heater's running, so I'll put these trees on a dish so they kind of are up off the ground of that tray, and then I just keep some extra water down in these trays, hopefully adding some humidity to them. So you can see that the trees won't be sitting in water at all, but there'll be some water around them. Last year worked out fine. I was able just to come check on them once a week. They seem to do all right. So anyways, this is kind of what I'm gonna do for the wintertime for the ficus trees. Well, I've got the ficuses bedded down now. There's not a whole lot to show you out here. I'm glad to be out of that stupid hot temperature. Just needing some rain. Anyways, hope you guys are all getting ready for winter, and hope it's not a bad winter, and we'll be back to growing bonsai again here real soon, I hope. So with that, take care, and we'll talk at you again here real soon.